The courtroom was tense, filled with the quiet shuffle of papers and the occasional cough. Judge Marilyn sat at the bench, her eyes narrowing slightly as the next case file landed in her hands. The heading read, Case number 1421, a case of babies having babies. At the plaintiff's table sat Lena, a 15-year-old girl wearing oversized glasses and a sweater too big for her small frame. Her hands trembled as she held onto a stuffed bear, a gift from her late grandmother. Beside her sat her mother, a stern-faced woman with folded arms and an expression that dared anyone to judge them. On the other side of the courtroom sat Darren, a boy who looked barely older than Lena. His sneakers tapped nervously against the floor, his hoodie pulled low over his forehead. He was only 16, but his shoulders carried the weight of someone much older. The case was unusual. Not just because of the young ages of the parties involved, but because Lena had come forward claiming Darren was the father of her newborn baby girl, Maya. Darren denied it fiercely, saying he had never been with her that way, though the two had known each other since middle school. Opening statements. Lena's lawyer spoke first, painting a picture of a young girl abandoned in her most vulnerable moment. He emphasized the importance of securing child support for baby Maya's future and the need for Darren to take responsibility. Darren's defense, on the other hand, focused on one key point. He claimed Lena was lying because she didn't want the real father's identity exposed. He alleged that she was protecting someone else entirely, and that his name was being dragged into this for convenience. The judge's dilemma. Judge Marilyn had presided over thousands of paternity cases, but this one hit her differently. Both teenagers sat in front of her, lives just beginning, now tangled in a legal battle that could define their futures. She looked over the DNA test sealed in an envelope on her desk, knowing that what was inside could either close the case or blow it wide open. Testimonies. Lena spoke first, her voice cracking as she described the night she said Darren came over after a party. "We were both, just kids. We didn't think about consequences," she said. Tears filled her eyes. "But when I found out I was pregnant, he stopped talking to me completely." Darren shook his head in disbelief. "That's not true. I was never with you like that. I thought we were just friends." He then accused Lena of trying to frame him because, in his words, the real guy is older and doesn't want to get in trouble. That accusation made the entire courtroom murmur. Judge Marilyn had to bang her gavel for order. The twist. When Lena's mother was called to testify, she reluctantly admitted something shocking. She had received messages from a man in his early 20s apologizing for the situation, but asking her to keep his name out of it. The judge's eyes narrowed. "So, there is another possible father?" Lena broke down. "I didn't want to ruin his life. He's in college. I thought if I said it was Darren, at least my baby would have someone who's not, you know, an adult who could get arrested." Darren's attorney pounced on that confession, demanding immediate dismissal. But Judge Marilyn held up her hand. "We still have the DNA results. Facts over feelings." The verdict. The courtroom fell silent as Judge Marilyn opened the envelope. She read the results carefully before looking at Darren. "In the case of Maya, Darren, you are not the father." Darren exhaled deeply, almost collapsing into his chair. Lena sobbed harder, now out of relief and shame. The judge's tone softened as she addressed her. "Lena, you are young. Too young to be in this situation. But lying in court, even to protect someone, has consequences. I'm ordering social services to assist you, not to punish you, but to ensure you and your child have the support you need." Then she looked at Darren. "You've been cleared today, but I hope you understand how serious this could have been. Your life, your future, one wrong accusation can change everything." Aftermath. The judge also ordered an investigation into the adult man who was possibly the real father. Lena's mother was told in no uncertain terms that the law would not turn a blind eye to statutory crimes. As the gavel fell, Lena clutched her baby and whispered to her, "I'm sorry." Darren walked out without looking back, but the heaviness in the room remained long after the case was over. It wasn't just about paternity anymore, it was about the dangerous truth of babies having babies, and the consequences that ripple far beyond the courtroom walls.